Hello folks, John with A&J Outdoors again, and we're doing one of the boat upgrades. Now if you haven't seen my video, I did a video of the boat and all the things I want to do to it to upgrade it to make it more usable for me. And that one I'll put in the corner, like right up over here somewhere, so you can see that. So today's upgrade, installing a hatch. All right, love my boat. Mako's a good boat, but the one thing I have an issue with on this boat is accessing inside the center console. The only access I have is a small door on the front, right, or the back, wherever you want to call it, over here, that I can get down on the ground and get up in there for the wiring, which is near impossible. And then I got a gauge cluster on the front of the dash also that I can pull out. Those are my only two access points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this backrest, right, and something I'm just willing to sacrifice to be able to access the inside of here to rewire everything, because that's the ultimate goal, is a 2 battery system, one house battery which runs everything, and then one for the motor alone. So that way anytime I'm running anything, it's not draining the start battery for the motor. Okay, so that's the ultimate goal. That's one that I'll do after I get this stuff started. All right, so today I'm going to remove that back. I'm going to have to take off the gauge cluster on the front to access the nuts that hold that thing on. Take that off, mark my area for my hatch, get out. I'm thinking the angle grinder today, folks. We'll see how that goes, and cut that dang hole so that we can mount that hatch in there. Okay, so stick around. That's the plan. Let's see if it goes the way we want it to. All right, here comes the gauge cluster off. Gotta be careful with all that stuff. And I can see my bolts. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not gonna be too bad. So what I need to do is go find a wrench that fits them, socket, because I'm gonna need a deep well because it's a long bolt, and crank those 4 off of there, and that pad should come off. Here we go, folks. We're going in. Kind of awkward angles to get at stuff, but I'll have you know my first guess on size for the wrench was exactly right, which usually isn't the case for me, so that was nice. Now we're going to fast forward through all this. Moment of truth. Drum roll, please. That sucker. There we go. There we go. Boom. It's off. So, time to clean this a little bit. Get I made a little pattern on cardboard to trace onto there so I can put it on there. So just gotta get it level. That's next. All right, gain's back on. Due to rain delay, we had to stop for a minute. Sprinkle delay is what it was. All right, so this is the spot it's going. It's gonna mount just like this. What it does when it opens, it'll open complete 180, a little bit more than 180. So that's how I want it, because I want it to fold up out of the way. If I have it like this, then when I'm accessing, I'm all on top of this part of the door, and I don't want that. That would be uncomfortable, so I want it to go up. All right, so some of my concerns is I can't put it too high, because once it's mounted flush, up here it's gonna hit the horn, all right? And then I gotta make sure, boy, these mosquitoes are fierce today, that I can open the live well still, which again, it's gonna be in another, inch? So it should not be a problem. So what I'm gonna do now is we'll mark the general area where we want it. That mark is gonna go on the center console with a grease pencil, right? So it'll come off. Then we're gonna tape the area that we want it for cutting, and then we'll mark the tape with a permanent marker, because the tape's gonna come off anyways. And I'll put my stencil that I made from this, right, on there, tape it on there, mark my lines, come back with the hey, that might be a thumbnail right there. Come back with the angle grinder and start cutting. I've got a jigsaw, skill saw, Dremel with cutoff wheels, so my only concern is these corners, right? Because that doesn't cut corners very well. So I'll cut the straight lines with that, and then play it by ear. Maybe I use a skill saw. Maybe I come in with the Dremel with the cutoff wheel. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. I don't like to have things planned out that well. I just fly by the seat of my pants. That's how we're doing it. All right. So let's get to doing it. Get you out of the way, get you here. Oh, and by the way, all this marking, I could do it all with that permanent marker because it's going to be covered by the lip of the hatch. Sorry about that noise. Neighbor's AC unit happens to be right here beside us, so we're just going to hear it. All right. So I want it. Ooh, that's what we need. We need a level. That way I can place it here, because the boat's not perfectly level, but I'll be able to see how it sits here and then use it here, so at least it'll be even with how the boat is, right? Yeah, you understand. And boom, we got us a level. So what I'm saying is, you know how a level works, folks. Place the level on the surface on the boat, such as that. It shows me that it's out of level by a little bit, actually by a whole bunch. But all I got to do is match what it shows here with what I get across here, and theoretically we're good. Let's see if that's what happens. All right, so I know by sitting on here by itself, he's almost level. He comes out to that second line on the level. So when I put him on here, I figure out where I want him here, down about right there. Okay, place the level on him. He is almost there, right there. Okay, they're marked by the corners without letting it move. That's the key, folks. Don't let it move. Don't let it move. That's pretty good. We got 3 corners marked well. You get 3 lined up, the 4th one's automatic. Okay, so next comes, bum, bum, bum. This is my template. You can guess where it came from. All right, so we're gonna tape this sucker on there. Before we tape it on there, you know what? We need to put tape on the fiberglass where we need it, so that we're not, because you wanna cut through this, less chance of tearing up the material that you're cutting if you put some tape over it. I'm not positive how well this angle grinder is going to work on this. Hopefully it doesn't melt it. We'll find out. All right, you. So first I want to put a tape. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Probably not. I wish I had a better angle for you, but I don't. This guy. I'm going to set it right up there. That's about where we had it. Put that on there. Okay. Oh. No, not that much. Back up a little. Right there. Right there. So, do a little tape job. The birds are noisy today, aren't they, folks? Then we got work trucks working. All kinds of craziness going on. All right, so now I should be able to come back with that marker. We'll see how good a green Sharpie works on that blue tape. Matter of fact, let's test that. Oh yeah, I'll be able to see that just fine. All right, so. Okay, so you might ask, what is my error for margin, or my margin for error? To fit that in there without cutting the hole too big. Well, here's what we got. Open it, it's easier to see that lip. Come on. Oh, I closed it. So This piece, right, has to go inside. Here's my mount holes. So between here and here, that's my distance. I could be off, what is that, maybe a little over a 1/4 inch, not quite 1/2 inch. That's the space I have to be within. So if I'm off just a little bit, not a big deal. If I get crazy, get way out here, it'll be an issue. And that's what we're hoping does not happen, folks. All right, gotta get safety geared up, and then we're gonna rock it. One other thing you gotta consider before cutting into this thing, you gotta make sure on the back side of it there isn't anything there that you're gonna cut into that you don't want to cut into. Accessing the bolts from the gauge cluster gave me a complete visual back there. I'm good. Safety first, folks. All right, so there you have it, folks. We got the straight lines cut. So now I got to come back and figure out how to make these curved lines. I don't know if I'm gonna like cut this out into pieces so I can get at it and just come kiss it like that. Or get the reciprocating saw in there. I just got to be a little careful with it because it goes in a little deeper than that angle grinder. Back, let me take a peek. Yeah, everybody in here is safe. We didn't hit nothing. That's a good thing. All right, so made a mess in there though. All right, let's take a minute to figure out the corners, folks. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. The skill saw. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, boys and girls. Bingo. Now it's gonna sit like that. So now we gotta come back, get that tape off, mark all our drill spots, drill the holes, get some hardware, get some 5200, seal it in. So we're gonna screw it in, right? Everything else mounted on the center console, including the hatch on the other side of it, is screwed in because they're not load-bearing attachment points. So it won't be that big of a deal. Plus we got the 5200 on it. If you've seen my ladder install, well, if you haven't, click over here. I went with the screws that came with it at first and then got some good advice from Pat on Texas Fishing Forum, went back, re-drilled it and did through bolts because that's a load-bearing piece on the boat, and it did a good job. We were out in the lake, we all got out, swam around, did all kinds of stuff, climbed in and out. The only thing I'm going to add is another handrail for it. But other than that, it's fine. But for this, I don't need through bolts. All I need to do is screw it. So there's going to be 10 screws. I've already mounted the spots where the screw holes go. Now I got to match the drill bit to the screw. If you see my other videos, you understand what I'm doing. For a bolt, it's not that big of a deal. Make it a little bit bigger than the bolt so the bolt just goes right through. But for a screw, you can't have it bigger than the screw because of course the screw's not going to bite into anything. So you're going to have to make it a little bit smaller so that the threads of the screw grab the edge of the hole and screw themselves in and stay screwed in, okay? So too big, it won't hold, and too small, and you'll be breaking off screws in the holes, which I've done before, and that's never any good because you break the head off, it's almost impossible to get that screw out now. So wherever you were going to put that screw, you will have to find a new place, all right? So bear with me, it's time to match it up. Okay. very first there, I reverse drilled so that I wouldn't damage the edge, even though it's not going to be seen, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but either way, where's my screwdriver? Perfect. I think that is going to be perfect. Yeah, perfect size. All right, come back and finish them off. That fast. All right, now we're getting ready to mount this thing, but we got to clean that surface off so that 5200 has a good spot to seal to. So we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol. Now this is not your mom's isopropyl alcohol that's up, or your wife's that's in the cabinet in the bathroom. This is 91%, right? That stuff's usually like down in the 60% something. So this is a lot of people use this for rod building, to clean rods real well, the blank, right? So it works real well and leaves no film behind, and that's what's important. So that's next. So, time to put some 5200 on there. So, again, if you watch my other videos, I ranted a little bit about how when you open this stuff and use a little bit, all of a sudden the rest of it you're throwing away because it clogs up and dries. Now somebody said put some plastic, like saran wrap over it, and then screw the top on. When we did the ladder video, if you watched it yet, yeah, that failed. So, let's see what it looks like this time. Yeah, it's solid. I'm not going to get it out of there. So what I'm going to do is, like I suggested in my other video, is I'm going to clip the bottom corner on here. And this is a pretty large surface, so I'm going to use a lot of it. And then this is trash after that. I'm done. So I've wasted it still. Somebody needs to come up with a smaller container of this, you know, about a half or even a third the size of this would be perfect, so that we wouldn't waste so much of it. But I have a feeling the manufacturer don't care if we waste it, because that just means we got to buy more from them. All right, shh. Don't tell Audrey I'm using her outdoor shears to cut this. Oh man, that didn't cut very well. Oh, you did cut. All right, that's probably good enough. What we got going on down. See, now we got something. All right, all we're gonna do is line up with them screw holes. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna have some cleaning to do when this is over with. That guy is gonna go on this paper towel because he's done. I'm done with you. We're gonna mount this thing, then we'll come back and worry about getting that excess 5200 off of there. Come here, bad boy. I see you wanting to drip. Stick where you're at. Stick where you're at. Get up there on your screw hole. Get up there on your screw hole. It can be a little messy, boys and girls, but that's part of the game. There we go. Getting the big stuff that's easy to get right now, so don't worry about later. All right, now you'll see me use the drill to start these screws a little bit. That's fine. You just don't want to drill them all the way in with the drill, because you go too far and you'll strip them, and then you'll be SOL. You all know what that means, I'm sure. Boom. That's how we roll. Let's go. Let's go find a fish. Oh, we got an issue underneath this center console. Oh, let's see what it is. Oh, open it up. It stays open, doesn't fall. I get down here. Oh my goodness. I can get to everything. Whew. I'm gonna have to show you what it looks like. All right, let's take a peek what it looks like in there, folks. It's kind of dark, but you can see the madness that is the wiring inside my boat center console. So that's gonna get fixed, hopefully, here in the near future with this new access port. All right, folks, that's it. Another project done on the boat. Hopefully that's going to lead to making the other projects, which are mainly wiring, easier for me. I like it already. I'm going to be happy as heck with this one. The one thing I do got to go back and fill some of those big holes with a 2-part epoxy, but that's no big deal. That's an easy one. So do me a favor, folks. If you're new to my channel, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost you nothing. And then there's a little notification bell beside it. You click on that sucker, and that way next time I upload a video, you'll get a notification letting you know it's there so you can check it out first. Also, if you like this video, do me a favor and give it that thumbs up. You got a buddy that's thinking about doing stuff or does a lot of boat work, that kind of stuff like this, and you want him to see this video, you can go ahead and hit the share button and share it. Sounds like we live in the hood, don't it? Somebody's car alarm, it's all right. Hit that share button down below, share it out if you would. And if you really are one of my folks that hangs around the channel a lot, likes what I do, and wants to see us build this channel till they get bigger and better videos for you, I need your help. Check out my Patreon link down below in the description below, and look at the Patreon and see if that's something you could do that'll help both this channel grow, and you'll get a kickback out of it too. You'll get some goodies and stuff like that. So yeah, check it out. All right, folks, until the next time, peace out.